Hi, I'm Donna Furlani for WAG Workshops. I'm a certified trainer and counselor. I'm presenting on front clip harnesses because they're often the easiest and best solution for people's hassles when walking their dogs. Most dog harnesses go around the dog's chest right at the base of the neck and around the dog's body behind the front legs. Many harnesses only have a ring on the dog's back for attaching the leash, but a front clip harness has a ring on the dog's chest. Many front clip models do have a ring on the back that you can clip to in addition to the front ring, but you lose the benefit of the front clip harness if you clip only to the back. Anyone can use a front clip harness, but they really shine when used to manage a dog who tends to pull and lunge on leash. They help in training a dog good leash habits and work faster than teaching a dog to heel. Large and strong dogs obviously have a lot of power and can be better managed with a front clip harness. Regardless of the dog's size, though, a front clip harness can protect the person holding the leash from constant tugging or the occasional sudden lunge. They're great for walks on icy sidewalks or if a person is weaker than average or susceptible to injury. Dogs can lunge with enough force to pull a person over, injure a shoulder, pull the leash free, etc. But the mechanical advantage of having the leash attached to the dog's chest instead is enough to keep things under control. It sounds like magic, but it's mostly just physics. Picture your dog walking directly in front of you, and suddenly she pulls. If the leash is clipped to a collar, the pressure around her neck chokes and can even injure her. Aside from these dangers, though, it works a lot like when the leash is clipped only to the back of a harness. The front of the dog feels the pressure of the collar or harness restraining her. The harness pulls back against the dog's chest. And this can encourage an instinct dogs can have to lean in to oppose the force. It can make them pull harder. This is how pulling harnesses used for sled dogs are designed. As for you, even if you plant your feet, you're still dealing with the full force pulling straight forward. Your dog could end up learning that lunging gets her to her desired destination sooner because she just yanks you along behind her in a running stumble. When the leash is attached to the dog's chest, however, the dog pulling forward pulls the harness forward and away from her chest, and it leads her around in a U-turn back toward you. The leash can't come straight back to you from her chest like it does from her back. It has to go on one side of the dog, and this creates the turn. In this photo, when my dog goes too fast, she leads herself away from the grass and faces the boring street. When the dog lunges or pulls, simply plant your feet and keep your arm in a secure position. Your shoulder stays firmly in place and your elbow stays bent. This protects your joints and your dog can deal with the force she's generating. Your hand is the center of an invisible circle, and the leash becomes the radius of the circle, and the dog leads herself in an arc along the circumference. So what's the dog's takeaway from the front clip experience? Pulling is a lot of wasted energy. She pulls hard towards an exciting thing, but doesn't get any closer to it. If your dog only pulls a little bit, she might not pull herself all the way around in a sweeping arc, but she'll still pull her chest off to one side and find that she's no longer facing the interesting thing. In addition, when you stand still while she gets herself back into position and calms down, that's a chunk of time when she's still getting nowhere. At some point, she'll go slower and discover that, hey, walking at a slower pace works really well. There's no interruption and she gets to go sniff the interesting thing. So she'll use this strategy more often. Most dogs learn that going slowly is the only way to advance toward their goal, and it's a great way to get praise and treats. So basically, a front clip harness allows your dog to tackle some of her training herself. All you need to do is be ready with a treat every time your dog is walking with a loose leash like you want. Aside from simply walking faster than humans, dogs pull on leash because they want to get to something faster, or because of the natural pulling instinct mentioned earlier. Front clip harnesses are the smart way to diffuse both of these motivations at once. The following videos were recorded right after my friend Brooke, who does not have a dog, learned about front clip harnesses and how to use them. You don't need to be a professional trainer or an experienced dog walker to benefit from a front clip harness. We were kind of mean to my dog Allie by walking her right by some potent distractions to make this video. It's best to avoid the area completely or walk on the other side of the street if there's irresistible excitement. But sometimes situations are unexpected and you need to be able to handle your dog. And so we wanted to make these videos to show you that a front clip harness is an enormous aid. See if you can spot how Allie leads herself off course in an arc. And Brooke easily manages Allie, even though Allie is young, strong, and excited, and a 65-pound dog who really wants to go play. Later in the video, Brooke wants to keep Allie from interacting with another dog, so she grabs the traffic handle built into the leash, and the radius of Allie's circle gets much smaller. If you like, you can attach to both the front and back ring, like in parts of the video. This distributes the force and keeps the harness from being pulled out of place. Some people do this to start, and once the dog has learned good leash habits, they switch to a single leash clipped to the front ring. Even after your dog has learned to stop pulling on walks, a front clip harness is still an excellent tool. The world is unpredictable, and even a mellow and trained dog might one day be provoked into lunging. If you're still using a front clip harness, though, it can protect your joints, your patients, your training, your dog, and other people and animals. This second video illustrates how a front clip harness helps with training loose leash walking. It does a lot of the work for you in motivating your dog to keep a slow and steady pace. You'll see that Allie gets a bit excited and speeds up, and then finds she's somehow not facing the enticing thing anymore. When Allie controls her pace or recovers quickly from a slight lapse, she gets what she wants. The walk continues. Okay, so a quick recap for using a front leash harness. If your dog goes fast enough to pull the leash taut, just stop walking. That's all you do. Plant your feet and let your dog pull herself around. When your dog is back in an acceptable position, give your cue for walking if you use one, and then start walking again. Whenever you get the opportunity, give your dog feedback to teach her what you do want her to do. If she's walking with a loose leash, praise her and give her a treat. There are many front clip harnesses on the market. You should choose a sturdy one with adjustment buckles that don't loosen on their own. Fit the harness to your dog so that it's evenly snug all over, but not so tight that it will chafe. A good harness should not stretch or pull far out of place, and it should not restrict shoulder movement or natural gait. There should be a small gap between your dog's front legs and the strap around her body to keep the strap from irritating the armpits. These are a few examples of the best front clip harnesses I've used. All of them also have a ring on the back. All of the straps in the first two photos, we see the Blue 9 Balance. All of the straps on this harness are highly adjustable, so you can achieve an exact fit even if your dog isn't shaped like most other dogs. It has a neck clip, so it's a great choice for dogs who don't like putting their heads through things. The two photos in the middle are the Mighty Paw harness. Mighty Paw also has a neck clip. It's not as super adjustable. The Mighty Paw harness has a large handle on the back that you can use for consent tests, timeouts, or with smaller dogs for helping them up steep terrain. And the last set of photos show the Front Range by Ruffwear. Ruffwear has a few models with webbing loops in the front. All of them go over the dog's head. They're popular and they usually fit well, but only the ring on the back is made of metal. The front loop is made from webbing that can wear out from strong pulling. And that's why I only have a picture of my dog Allie as a puppy wearing one. When you've gotten a front clip harness, put your number on it. If your dog ever gets away from you, this is how you can be contacted right away without waiting until the person who finds your dog gets to equipment to scan a microchip. Introduce the harness at your dog's pace and with plenty of great snacks. Present the harness, then give a treat. Repeat this a bunch of times to help your dog like the harness, and then they'll tolerate the new experience of having it put on. Once dogs learn that the harness predicts a walk, they love it as much as they love the leash. Adjust the harness so that it's evenly snug all over, but not tight. If your dog is reluctant after a properly slow introduction with treats, several walks, and fit checks, see if a model with a neck clip improves the issue. To sum it up, a front clip harness is a tool that allows you to easily manage a dog who's pulling or lunging on leash. It doesn't hurt your dog. It uses their own power against them and makes them pull themselves away from their goal. It protects the human from the full force of a lunging dog. Less pulling and frustration means you can enjoy your walks and want to take walks more often. We don't want or need to scold, scare, or hurt dogs. We just need something that keeps everything safe and manageable. And for enjoyable leash walks, a front clip harness is probably all you need. For additional issues, seek out a credentialed evidence-based trainer who will not use aversive methods.